My name's Nate Boley, and 20 years ago, strength training changed the course of my life. I built a gym here in Bend, Oregon from scratch that's helped over 1,500 people change their lives as well through strength training. If you want to change your life, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com, hit the Start My Journey button, and let's chat. All right, guys, we'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Happy November. This is going to be coming out post-Halloween. Hopefully you guys had a great Halloween, got lots of candy for your kiddos, and had good Halloween parties and all that type of stuff, and didn't go too crazy, right? But we're here, we're human, we have fun, so just have a little bit of fun, but don't go too crazy, all right? Anyway, I'm going to get into the podcast here. I'm just going to do a quick little preview of what we're going to be talking about. Today, we're going to be diving into why our members at Strength Warehouse are crushing their goals and sticking with their fitness journeys far beyond the typical in the fitness industry. So I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't tell you the background of the traditional gym models and the franchise gym models, and a lot of just other gym models that are out there, and what the problems are with them, right? So I'm going to start with a really surprising stat. The average person who joins a gym sticks with their fitness goals and the gym for just over 3 months. I believe the statistic was 3.3 months. Isn't that crazy, right? You sign up for a gym, you start going, 3 months into it, you've already given up on your goals and you stopped coming, and 99% of the time you still have to pay for that gym membership, right? So in the gym industry, these gyms, as a business, a lot of people are like, hey, I got to keep the business going. I got to feed my family. I got to do this. I got to do whatever. I get it. I understand it. I'm the business guy as well. But these gyms are locking people into 6 month and 1 year contracts because they know that these people are going to be potentially quitting, like over 85%. So if you were to go to like a 24-hour gym, say it's $50 a month, $60 a month, maybe $70 a month, whatever it is, and you sign up for 3 months, you sign up and they know you're going to be gone in 3 months. So that only gives them $150 or $220. I can't do math. Todd, you know that off the top of my head. If say it was $50, you got $150 for 3 months. You're gone. They don't see you for another year. That's a very unsustainable business model for a big box gym where they have 20,000 square feet. They've got 15, 20, 30 grand a month in overhead and dues. So they need to make sure that you're locked in for 6 months or a year to make sure that they can have sustainable cash flow, right? And they're not thinking about, hey, is so-and-so making it to the gym? I was a part of a gym here in Bend, and I'm not going to name names because I went to the gym for a long time and I really enjoyed it. One of those types of people that are very self-motivated. I can get to the gym. I can make sure it happens. I do still need a coach. I just don't necessarily need the extra motivation and stuff like that. So back then I was the person that, hey, I just hit the regular gym. It was totally fine. I was gone for, I think it was 2.5 months. I had knee surgery, and then I got sick. Not one time did I ever hear anything from them. Email, text message, phone call, nothing. Just the continual debits out of my account, right? And so I just feel that's very impersonal, and it doesn't do anybody any service except for the business, in my opinion. And we just don't like that. So that's the complete contrast of how Strength Warehouse is, right? We have our members stay for 6.5 times longer than that. 6.5 times longer than the average industry or the average gym in the industry. That's crazy. We're absolutely happy about this, and we're striving to do it and make it better every single month with different ways, and we're trying to implement different things, different checkpoints, and we know it could be higher. We also know that it could help change people's lives for longer. If you can stay with a gym and do that for 18 months, the likelihood of you continuing on for a very long time is huge, and you can absolutely change your trajectory and the course of your fitness and your life just by staying those 18 months. We know that. We've seen it in the industry. If you can stay for 3 years longer, your bank of fitness has grown considerably, right? They call it compounding interest, but we call it compounding fitness in our industry. It's just like investments. I know I've said this before. My record's on repeat right now, but if you start investing when you're very young, and you invest without quitting, I'm not talking about taking a summer off because you got barbecues going on. I'm not talking about, I'm taking off for 2 weeks, so I'm not going to invest anymore. I'm not going to invest in my health. Those types of things, the compounding interest is, and the compounding fitness is disrupted. So you don't get all the necessary benefits that you could if you just stuck with it. So if you started investing when you're 10, all the way until you turned 66 and a half or 62. I can't remember what they keep on jumping up the new retirement age. When I swear by the time I get to retirement, they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, we don't have retirement anymore. Sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to work to the day you die. But luckily, I should have enough fitness investment that I could be able to do that if I need to or want to. Anyway, when you retire, if you've invested a lot over the course of your life, never taken any breaks, just completely have all the compound interest, you have a lot more than the person who took breaks, who didn't start, at the same time as you, all that type of stuff. So we're really happy about having 6.5 times more length of engagement with our clients than the average gym in the industry, but we are striving to get it better, right? So I wanted to, a couple of years back, we were 4.5, 5 years into the gym, and I really started thinking about this because I was seeing people falling off and that type of stuff. Runner retention wasn't the greatest back then. It was still about 3.5, 4 times what the typical gym membership is. But still, I was like, man, we're not changing these lives. I'm seeing them around town, and I asked them, hey, did you go to another gym? Oh, no, I'm not. So I really wanted to understand why people quit so early. It wasn't just like, and so that's not my mentality. Like, I just don't quit early. I ride it out sometimes too long, right? To my own dismay or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I ride things out too long. That's okay. I don't quit early. And so I wanted to know why people did quit early. And I started to discuss this and ask people a bunch of questions and look at the industry. And I really just started looking at all the gyms around the area and in the Pacific Northwest. And what are these gyms popping up? What are they doing for their clients, right? And I really just started looking at all these things and finding that they had all these fad gyms that were popping up. I don't want to name any names, but you know who they are. And the quick fix programs and this and that and these magic pills and these magic supplements and these magic protein shakes and all this stuff that's supposed to give you fast results, but they don't last. Why? Well, one thing, people know that these people that are opening these fad gyms, they know that you're going to be gone in 3 months anyway. They know if they give you a quick fix and a quick something flashy and something fad that everybody's talking about, that you might stay for a couple more months longer, right? And their price points are much higher, so they can be profitable quicker. But they don't last, and 99% of the time, when you get off the program, when you stop doing the thing, you gain all the weight back plus. And I've heard it time and time again in our No Sweat intros. What have you done in the past? Oh, I did this, I did that, I did this. Okay, well, how come it didn't work for you? They just said, oh, I tried it, it worked really well at first, but then it stopped working and I quit doing it and I gained all the weight back. So people were getting super frustrated, and they would say to me, hey, I tried fitness, it doesn't work for me. I tried nutrition, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't make any sense. It does work for people if you stick with the basics and you stick with the right things that actually work, and you get people to stay for longer than 3 months. And sometimes that means sacrificing the quick, tiny little wins, right? If you can't get you results in like a month, you got to stick with it a little longer than that. Like, how long did it take you to get to where you are now? Okay, cool. Well, it's going to take some time to get you back from that, right? So I started asking people, how come you're not getting to this thing? And I started realizing that a lot of people had gym memberships. I was like, oh, wait, you have a gym membership, but you're not going? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, how come? You're paying for it. And they're like, well, because we're stuck into a contract. We can't get out because you have to do X, Y, Z and jump through this hoop and jump through that hoop. And you have to move away 20 miles or whatever kind of contract, crazy contracts are coming out with these days. But it's real. They won't let you out of it. And they will take you to collections, and they will damage your credit, and they will do everything in their power to get that money from you. Honestly, it's not a great, it just really upsets me being in the fitness industry, because that totally turns people off. And then I have to go back and explain to them, given my podcast today, of why we're different and why this is not the right way to do it. So anyway, I go, hey, okay, cool. You have this gym membership. You're stuck into a year contract. How come you're not going? And the overwhelmingly majority of the people said, I don't have a plan. I didn't measure my progress. And if I did reach my goals, I didn't continue because I thought that was the end. I didn't know how to look at a different goal, right? I didn't say, hey, great, I gained 5 pounds of muscle. I lost 20 pounds of fat. I hit 405 deadlift. Whatever the goal is. I did my marathon. This happens time and time again. People will sign up at our gym or a gym, and they'll say, I'm going to run a marathon in 6 months. And then they do the gym for 6 months. They do their thing. They're gone. And I'm like, well, what's going on here? And they're like, well, I got to my goal. Well, is your goal like a one-time fitness thing, or is it like a lifelong thing? Like, right? What are we on a short-term scale here, or are we thinking about life as a whole? So I'm sitting here, I'm laying in bed, overthinking everything at 3 a.m., which is really, really typical of me. My mind decides to just start going into circles and spiraling down the rabbit hole. 3 a.m., it's super fun. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, what do all these people have in common? I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of people now. They haven't got to their fitness goals. They have a gym membership. They're not going, and they're stuck in a contract. And then I'm sitting there, and it just frickin' hits me like a ton of bricks, just dawns on me, these people actually need a coach, right? So it's really simple. It took me a couple of iterations working with my mentorship group that I'm a part of, working with Megan, working with the Strength Warehouse team, and we came up with a bunch of different ideas on like, how do we get these people to get to their goals? How do we get them to adopt fitness as a lifelong thing? So it really comes down to a few different things. And this is why we're different. And we honestly, I have not seen anybody do this in our area that's any good, at least. I've seen a couple people that have like a kind of a real rough idea of this after we did it. Then I've seen some other people kind of follow along. But it's pretty rough. But anyway, it's better than not doing it, right? But it starts out, we define the goals. We really ask you, what do you want? And we don't just stop at, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. It's, okay, so-and-so client, why do you want to lose 20 pounds? What does 20 pounds do for you? Everybody wants to lose 20 pounds, right? Everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants to do this and that. But it's got the why and what you want has to really resonate with who you are, and you have to really want it. It has to be something deeper than, I just want to lose 20 pounds. Because the next time you have a friend ask you to go out to drinks or go out to dinner, or a bag of M&Ms shows up, that goal of losing 20 pounds is suddenly not as important as it was before. So you have to really, really dig deep into what you want and why you actually want it. And we do that. We dig deep. We ask you what you want and why you want it, and it may come out a few times later, but that's our main goal, right? So then we create a plan. We show you how to get there. We ask you to invest in your health. And a lot of times that's where it stops, because people are like, oh, wait a second. You've showed me how to get there. I now know exactly how to get there. And I know you've done it with thousands of other people, but I'm not ready to commit. And most of the time it's because they're scared. A lot of times they're scared of their own success, and that's okay. Sometimes it's because they don't trust us, and that's understandable. There's a lot of people out there that got duped and tricked over all these, quick fix, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, well, wait, how can it be as easy as just lifting weights 3 times a week and eating healthy and sleeping? What do you mean it's that easy? Yeah, that's exactly how easy it is. Lift heavy weights, do a little bit of cardio, sleep, be intentful with your food, and don't eat a bunch of crap. That's pretty much it. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm immune to all this stuff. I'm absolutely not. Do I enjoy a king-size Snickers every now and again? Absolutely. Do I love my Reese's peanut butter cups? Absolutely. Does that mean that I can't get to my goals? No. I have to decide, hey, is this Snickers right now the best for my goal? And you can win the internal battle in your mind, but you have to overcome it. The third thing we do is we measure your progress. Now, this is one thing that a lot of gyms fail to do. They just absolutely fail to do it. We track where you are now, and then we track you over the course of time, right? Once you get to the goal, whatever that goal is, say it's lifting 400 pounds, say it's running a marathon, say it's, body recomposition where you want to gain a couple pounds of muscle and lose a couple pounds of fat. We track these goals over the course of 90 days. Sometimes they take longer than 90 days. That's okay, right? That's okay. My goals usually take somewhere in the course of 6 months to get to, especially at the higher level lifting. It takes a lot of time to add a little bit of weight to the barbell, and that's okay. That's okay. It's where your time horizon is. I need short-term gratification, or can I think this through a little bit and make out a plan and execute the plan and reap the bigger reward at the end of maybe a 6 month or a year goal? But we measure your progress, and then we repeat the cycle. Again, that's where another portion of these gyms are failing, and people are failing, is they don't define the goal. They can't create the plan. Well, that's okay. That's why we're here to help you. They don't know how to measure the progress, and they don't know what to do next. And the next thing is start over. Define the next goal that you want. I talk to a lot of people. They come into my gym, and I go, why are you here? What do you want? What do you have for goals? I don't have any goals. I just want to lose 20 pounds. 20 pounds is a goal. I want to feel better. Wanting to feel better is a goal. Anything that you say that you want, that's a goal. That's a goal post for you to, or a milestone, or whatever you want to call it, for you to get to. So a lot of people, I think they just don't really know how to define a goal. They just go through life being reactive, which apparently, that's just the way a lot of life works, right? You get a phone call, oh, crap at work's happening. You get an email, so-and-so's canceling their membership, or, daughter needs whatever, family stuff. A lot of people just live this very, very reactive lifestyle, and don't get me wrong, again, I'm not immune to any of this. That's why I do a lot of this type of stuff early in the morning, so I don't have anything to be reactive to. If I wake up early in the morning, bust out a podcast or a blog post or whatever, I turn off my notifications. There's zero chance that anybody's going to reach me, and I just do the thing that I need to do. I do the same thing when I'm working out. Phone's on airplane mode because I use my phone for my programming and my coaching, but it's on airplane mode. Nobody's able to reach me. I just dial it in and do it. But those are the biggest 3 reasons why we really differ from a lot of the gyms out there and the stuff that you're not going to see. It sounds super simple, but it's very transformative, and we haven't seen anybody else doing it, like I said, in the area with any level of real commitment, right? They might say they do it, they're not implementing it. I've done a lot of market research, gone to other gyms, checked them out, and if you're just going to a regular gym, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we're the absolute best gym in the world and you have to come to us or you're never going to get to your goals. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying we strive to do it better. One of my friends who owns an appliance business, he said it perfectly. He's like, we're a customer service business that just happens to serve your appliances as well. And I took that to heart. He's actually one of our members at the gym here. And I was like, yes, that's exactly how we've been doing it. We are a customer service business that just so happens to know a lot about fitness, and we help you with your fitness. And that is our main real goal. I have to say one more thing. So another key part of this puzzle is actually how we connect with our members, right? So it's not just about, hey, signing somebody up, getting the money, see you later, good luck on your classes. It's really diving in deep with them, making sure that they understand the real talk and the real value of the importance of carving out time out of your day to get to the gym, how to stay consistent in training, and how to just keep going, right? Something's always going to happen. Something is always going to happen, right? So, just for an example, I was like, man, I'm not going to have any whiskey tonight. Lo and behold, family comes into town, busts out a bottle of whiskey, pours me a drink, and I'm like, it's okay. I might start tomorrow. I'm not drinking for a little while. Something's always going to happen, and you have to be able to sit there in your mind and be like, hey, where's the goal? What am I focused on? Do I need to do this? Is it helping me? No? Okay, it's simple choice. Now, I'm not going to say that you always have to take that choice. Like I didn't. I ended up drinking the bottle, or not the bottle. Thank you for going out the bottle. A glass of whiskey with my father-in-law, and it was great. We had a good time. It didn't distract me too much, but it was one of those things. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to let this one slide. No big deal. Jump back on the wagon. Go from there. So, and then like I said, we meet with our clients every 90 days. We define a goal for them, with them. Not just us. We don't say, hey, so-and-so, here's your next goal for 90 days. We'll meet up with you in 90 days and make sure you got it. No, we sit down with you. We take the time to ask you again what your goal is. Make sure that you really want that goal. We show you the steps to get there, whether that's sticking with more classes, just giving it more time. Maybe it's adding in some nutrition. Maybe it's adding in a skill session with one of our coaches. Maybe it's one of our specialty courses that's coming up. Maybe it's a competition. Maybe it's, hey, you need to sign up for this. Maybe you need to walk a couple, 3 more times a week. It all really depends on hey, what's going on? What do you need? And then we check in with you. Not just every 90 days, but we check in with you. Hey, we set this goal 90 days ago. How's it going? Are you still making that goal? Okay, cool. That is why our members are so successful and why they last 6.5 times more than the industry average person that goes into a gym and signs up. So if you guys have done this, if this is you, like where you go into a gym, you sign up for you sign up for a year contract or 6-month contract and you stop going, or even if you're just, one of our members and you're like, hey, I'm struggling right now. I don't know what my goals are. I don't know how to implement this. Reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you. This is what we do. This is what we thrive on. This is what we do best. So the best thing that anybody can do, and I figured this out a long time ago, and I've talked about this multiple times in my podcast, is get a coach. Have somebody hold you accountable. My business coach actually just texted me just a minute ago saying, hey, we need to jump on a call. We got some stuff to talk about. I need to know where you are in your 90-day. We do the same thing with my business mentor. 90-day sprints is what we call them. Where are you at? How's everything going? Is there any roadblocks? How can I help you? So that's the gist of it all. And I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this podcast today. Again, we would really love to help you. If you're struggling in any way possible with your health and fitness, nutrition, this is why we're here. Free resource. Come chat with us. You can sign up for what we call a free no sweat intro on our website, www.benstrengthwarehouse.com. And you can sign up you can go to my direct calendar and sign up for a free consultation. We've got times all over the day, all throughout the week, and there's no pressure. It's just, hey, I'm here to chat with you. I'm here to hear your goals. I'm here to show you the plan. Are you ready to go tomorrow? If not, I understand. If so, let's go. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining the podcast today. And just one thing I wanted to tell you guys, you never know what you're capable of unless you just go out there and try it. So go take some action today, and we'll see you on the podcast next time. Thanks for joining us on the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast today. We hope you got a lot of value and had a ton of fun. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about what we do, or just have a ton of resources at your fingertips, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com and hit the Start My Journey button. All right, guys, until next time, go heavy or go home.